And this is kind of a look at what the snow is going to look like if you're heading out the door on your car. So it's pretty light. A lot of drivers don't seem to be aware of this closure. They've been coming up and down this road all the way to the front and having to turn around and go back. We just got word just about 10 minutes ago that the voter turnout is currently at 44.34%, and they're hoping to get to 45% for a voter turnout. Despite the cold temperatures, people are still out skiing and riding. But you need to be careful because you don't want to get any weather-related injuries. Now that it's bike season, people around town are coming into the local bike shops so that they can get their bikes ready for the summer months ahead. But once this building catches your eye and you walk inside, it feels like you've been taken all the way back to the 1940s. Well, there you have it. Everyone's really excited to be out here today for the parade. Reporting in Butte, Ryder, NBC Montana. 21 states are suing the Biden administration to end the federal mask mandate for public transportation. Many of you took to our Facebook page throughout the day to share your thoughts and reactions on the court's decision. Josh writes, "Leave the power to the states. The federal government is best left out." Lillian says they have made it clear to the rest of the world that we do not, in fact, stand for freedom. Tonight, the town of Red Lodge is dealing with record flooding. Northwestern Energy customers are experiencing power outages. Water has been restored to most of town, but it's recommended that you boil water before use. Heavy rains are pushing river, lake, and water levels higher and higher in the Flathead Valley, and that means public safety concerns are rising too.
Yeah, what about you?
I actually might be taking a class to do like the little river surfing.
Oh.
So if you see me on Sunday like failing, that's me.
Hey, and Brennan's Wave, it's great right now to get out there. The water levels are perfect for it.
It looks fun. Thanks, Jed. You can tell that the weather forecast is great because you love to use the word fantastic.
I know.
I don't think there's a better word for it. Today is the last day of 2021, and whether you plan on ringing in the new year locally or somewhere else, we're taking a look at the different ways that you can celebrate. Drive around Missoula and you will find gas prices increasing in just the past week, fueled by Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Gas prices are no joke. I've been driving around Missoula, looking at the different prices, and generally right now the prices go from $3.59 for regular to $4.29 for premium. These prices increasing by almost 10 cents in days, highlighting the need for other cheaper ways people can get around.
With gas prices all of a sudden rising so high, it's definitely a great time to consider trying to use the sustainable mode for even just a few of your trips throughout the week.
Missoula in Motion is reminding the community about these cheaper, sustainable options. The Mountain Line in Missoula offers free and sustainable transit. Plus, there's always the option of riding your bike or walking.
Really not all or nothing, so even if you can just take the bus or carpool or ride your bike just for a couple trips a week, that really can add up over time.
While cutting back on car use may be difficult, frequent bus riders say the bus is more convenient than you may think.
I think it really is convenient because you don't have to pay all those, it costs thousands of dollars to keep a car up, with the gas and the insurance and the tags and the repairs. I think this is much easier and cheaper.
And perhaps the biggest benefit, it's free.
Yeah, that's the greatest part. It's free.
If the bus routes don't work, Missoula in Motion promotes sustainable transit with a carpool finder on its website.
So you can find other people to share a ride with.
Because little adjustments in your driving routine can boast rewards in your bank account. Plus, it helps the environment. Reporting in Missoula, Ryder, NBC Montana. Montana-based clothing company Ewer has felt the effects of supply chain backlogs.
We ended up bouncing around to about 4 different factories last year, and that whole process was incredibly expensive and super stressful and nearly put us out of business many, many times.
Forcing its founder, Mallory Terriano, to make tough decisions.
Totally changed everything we were doing, closed down our office, really changed the team, and really focused on being able to build our own supply chain and become vertically integrated within the next couple of years.
You are completely altering the way the business is run, from international supplies to items strictly made in the USA.
Starting this fall, 100% of our materials are made in the United States as well, which just means less lead time. Shipping is not so disastrous.
But Ewer is not stopping there. Ewer plans to open up a Missoula-based manufacturing factory to help not just their supply chain issues, but other companies in the area too.
the responsibility wasn't really being taken as seriously as I needed it to be taken. And I realized that nobody was going to care about it as much as I would, so that meant that I had to do it myself.
$100,000 of capital has already been raised to secure space for the factory, hoping to break ground in 2022.
It's our plan to be able to be a resource for other brands, having experienced so many different versions of U.S. manufacturing with a variety of different types of factories.
Your supply chain manager, Alicia Toller, says this manufacturing plant has been a hope from the beginning.
It's always been a big long-term goal to be able to have in-house production. Unfortunately, when you use contract facilities, you're kind of at the mercy of whether or not they want to get your stuff done.
The Missoula-based factory has the goal to become a reliable source for local businesses and help owners find financial success, something Ewer is already experiencing.
We're dropping product monthly. We're on track to grow our revenue by over 100% this year, which is really exciting and something that I'm pretty proud of to do as just a miniature team now.
In Missoula, Sierra Ryder, NBC Montana.